video is sponsored by Western Rise. If you want to learn more about some incredible products that they have, make sure you stay tuned. We'll talk about them a little later. What's up, Fragrant World? Welcome back to another Stay Fresh production. My name is Justin Copeland. On this channel, Stay Fresh Productions, we talk about all things dealing with fragrances. Any interest in that kind of content, you're in the right place. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, which makes you immediately a part of the Freshest Squad on YouTube, simply called the Fresh Squad. You will elevate your freshness, you will improve your freshness, you will enhance your freshness. As simple as clicking that button, you will feel it and others will smell it. Today we are rehashing a video topic that I did well over a year ago. I figured why not make this an annual thing, because we're human, because we are dynamic beings, because we are emotional beings. The way we feel at certain times about certain things does not stay the same throughout our lives. So might as well document it. We're talking about my top 10 out of 10 niche fragrances. Again, I did this video about a year ago, again, a little over a year ago. I actually watched that video just several minutes ago, just to see where I was at, just to see what I was talking about, what I was loving and why. I see myself in that video, but it's like, man, that was me well over a year ago. I needed a haircut terribly. There's a lot of things I would change, but here I am now, here I am today. Maybe I'll look back on this video a year from now and think like, ugh, who's that dude? Now there's one thing I want to stick to that I did in that video, and that is my methodology behind the fragrances that are on this list. There's criteria that need to be met. Number one, the fragrance has to smell amazing to me. That goes without saying. It must have a fantastic scent. Number two, it must have some kind of interesting development. I'd like for a fragrance to keep my interest, to capture my interest as it dries on the skin. I want evolution in the scent. And the final criteria that needs to be met is that the fragrance just has to make me feel good. It needs to have a positive effect on my mood. So those are the criteria, and all these fragrances meet the criteria. You're only gonna find one fragrance on this list that was in the previous video, which is so interesting. Only one, and we're gonna get right into it. Okay, I was back and forth as to whether or not I wanted to include this. We're doing it as an honorable mention because I would be shooting myself in the foot and I would be undercutting myself if I did not include this fragrance because of how I feel about it. We have to talk about Brass and Soul. In my eyes, in my taste, in my world, in my conception of what I like, this is a 10 out of 10 fragrance for me. To put it simply and in a very cliche way, this is my baby. If you didn't know, I made this fragrance and I'm so proud of how it came out. It represents some very deep parts of me. It represents some very dynamic parts of me. I've talked about it in a video before. Again, you can check that video up here if you want to learn more about the scent. It is a limited quantity. I know a lot of you guys have been enjoying it. If you have not got a chance to get yours, you don't want to wait too much longer. That's all I'm going to say about Brass and Soul. I'm going to have a link down below, but this is a 10 out of 10 for me. This is me in a bottle, so it has to be here. Okay, into the actual top 10. This is not in any order because again, these are all 10 out of 10s. I did kind of order them in the sense of getting the older ones out of the way first and getting into the newer ones later. So the first thing we're going to talk about is the fragrance that was on the previous video. It was the only one there, and that is Nichane Fan Your Flames. I'm still obsessed with this fragrance. It's still one of the most unique scents in my collection. It is this warm and dry and sweet, boozy scent. There's a bit of a creamy sweetness in there, and there's this mossiness down below. Imagine coconut and rum as a drink inside of a cedar wood cup or mug or something. You're getting that dry earthiness. There's some tobacco smoke in the air. It's so different. It's beast mode. It's going to get attention. You wear it at night, you dress it up, you're gonna really turn heads with this one. This is a very unique fragrance and I still love it to this day. Fan Your Flames, this is a wow scent for me. I mean, basically these are all wows, but you get what I mean. Moving on to the House of Creed. I think still currently my favorite from the house. It goes back and forth between this one and Royal Oud, which I almost put here, but I've had this one for longer. So I had to put it here on the list. We have to go with Creed Viking. Kind of a polarizing pick. Not everyone loves this stuff. A lot of people were disappointed, but are now kind of circling back to it. Similar to how Aventus Cologne was treated. Who knows, maybe Viking Cologne will be treated the same way. But I love the original Viking from 2017. This is kind of a barbershop style leaning fougere, lots of lavender, lots of citruses like lemon and bergamot, so bright and zingy, very aromatic. But you do have this kind of creaminess lingering underneath from sandalwood. You do have some earthy patchouli and vetiver, some woodiness kind of grounding it. You do have some spicy pink pepper, and you have a lot of fresh spearmint, I believe, or peppermint. It's mint. It is so classy. It is so gentlemanly. It is a refined scent, something to wear during the daytime. I think you could wear it casually or formally. It is quite versatile. It's just damn good. I love this stuff. That's Viking. All right, coming from the house of Argos. It's crazy. If you go back to some of my earlier videos of this fragrance, you see the juice color has changed quite a bit. It was quite light when I first got this bottle, but it's had time to sit and macerate, and it has gotten so much darker, and I love it. This is Triumph of Baccus from Argos. The scent has also changed. As a result, it has gotten juicier. That peach note has gotten even juicier. That rum has gotten boozier somehow. You get rum, you got peach, you got tobacco, saffron. So it's spicy, warm, sweet, boozy, succulent, but elegant and quite unisex. I will always stand behind this stuff. This stuff makes me smile. It makes my mouth water. I will always be talking about Triumph of Baccus. Use the code FRESH10 to get you 10% off this 100 ml bottle or their new 30 ml bottles or sample pack. Check them out, link down below. This video is brought to you by Western Rise. I'm gonna be real with you guys. These are some of the most versatile, comfortable, and high performance pants that I've worn. They don't wrinkle, they don't really smell, they don't stain, they stretch in every direction. Super lightweight, super comfy. But you can see you can dress them up a little bit. I got some boots on, I got a nice shirt on, so you can dress it up a little bit more business casual if you just want to throw something on for a lunch date or something like that. Or if you want to dress it down, you can see we got the white sneaks on, we got a t-shirt, so you can easily dress these down. Here's the coolest thing about them. You see I got this glass of water. Again, stain resistant, water resistant. The water just fell right off of those pants. How dope is that? Not a stain in sight. Another cool thing about them, we got space for your phone, a nice little special pocket there in the front. Also got a nice little hidden zipper pocket in the back for your wallet, because hide your money from people you don't know. That's very important. Again, super versatile, super high performance. You can dance in them. You could sea walk in your Evolution Western Rise pants. You could do the glide in your Evolution pants. You could do the happy feet. You could even mediocrely salsa in these pants. We got a discount code down below. Make sure you check it out. Check out all the reviews. People are loving them. Link down below. Okay, up next is a relatively newer addition to my collection. I've had it over 8 months now, I want to say. We're getting close to a year. We got to talk about Fluidity Cedar from Penhaligon's. This fragrance really surprised me. Oh man, this is such a festive scent. I cannot wait for the fall and winter to bust this guy out. This is a beautiful, unique mix of, as per the name, cedar wood, which is at the heart of things, a dry, slightly peppery cedar wood with other spices like saffron, like cardamom, but you also get some peach and rum, kind of similar to the Triumph of Baccus, but it does not smell like that. You get some dried fruits in here. It is dry and woody, but it is quite sweet. A little on the balsamic side of things, more so than creamy, if that makes sense. It's more of a sticky, resinous kind of sweetness, more so than a creamy, edible sweetness. And again, you got some fruitiness in there, and it's simply stunning. Great scent for the nighttime, 10 out of 10 for me. That is Fluidity Cedar from Penhaligon's. All right, up next, I think still currently my favorite from the house of Maison Francis Kurkdjian. We gotta talk about Gentle Fluidity Silver. I included this one. I also included Nichane Fan Your Flames, and I think there's one more fragrance on this list. All three of those are included in my brand new collection box with Decant X. You can check out a video here if you want to learn more about that, but Gentle Fluidity Silver had to be there because this is one of my favorites in my collection, period. It is that beautiful blend of unique and so versatile and wearable. It is fresh and kind of invigorating with a bite from juniper berry, almost gin-like in a way, very refreshing. But that is mixed with some kind of woody nuances from coriander, a little spicy. You got warm amber and vanilla, and it's musky, and it's kind of sexy, but again, so versatile. Where day or night, performance is basically beast mode, what I call closet beast mode. You wouldn't think it's as strong as it is, but it really is. That is Gentle Fluidity Silver from Maison Francis Kurkdjian. Moving right along, from the house of Le Labo, a fragrance that is hard to get your hands on, but we're coming up to September, at least at the time I'm shooting this video. And in September, you can buy this fragrance anywhere in the world or online. Tabak 28. Probably my favorite from the house so far. A city exclusive for the city of Miami. Any time of the year outside of September, you can only buy this in the Le Labo boutique in Miami, Florida. But again, for the whole month of September, you'll be able to purchase this at any boutique worldwide or online. But it's not cheap. This was a gift from Grace. Worth getting a Decant if you can find one, but this is a transportive fragrance. This is so authentically dry tobacco. Touch of sweetness in there. You got some nice warm spices. You got some boozy rum in there. It's a little smoky. It puts you out on a balcony at dusk. There's a nice warm breeze. You're smoking a cigar. You got a glass of rum neat next to you, and maybe somebody you really care about on the other side of that rum. Smells fantastic. More to come on Tabak 28. I will always love this stuff. All right, from the house of Chris Collins. Still got to really dive into the rest of the collection. I'm still stuck on this one. I need to smell the others, but I will still sing the praises of Oud Galore. Stunning fragrance, a stunning rose oud. Very elegant, has this beautiful, luxurious quality to the scent. The way it hits your nose, it's so smooth. It doesn't hit you all at once. It moves slowly. You have, again, rose and oud, so it's woody, a little bit medicinal in a way, but there's a sweet, jammy rose. You do have some spices in there like cinnamon. There's this creaminess from orris that really rounds out the scent, fills it out, gives it that smoothness. Perfectly unisex, stunning scent. Head-turning scent and beast mode. Still talking about it. We'll be talking about it for a while, unless something changes. That is Oud Galore. Kind of back to rose oud land. But it's much more than rose and nude. We got to talk about Zaharoff Signature Rosé. Still standing behind what I said. I think this is best fragrance release of 2021 so far. This is a stunning scent. This is a rose fragrance for rose lovers and rose haters. You heard me right. Any of you guys can enjoy this fragrance. You got a bunch of different types of rose in here. Opulent rosiness, but there's a nice heavy incense in here, which really helps to balance it out. Gives it this airy, slightly smoky quality, but not smoky as in fire or ashy. Smoky as in incense. If you've smelled incense before, olibanum is pretty heavy. And this, you do have a nice dose of vanilla in here as it dries down. On my skin, it gets very sweet and woody and slightly creamy, and actually quite seductive. And it's pretty much beast mode on me. 9+ hours, easy. But that is Signature Rosé. Stunning fragrance. You gotta check this out if you haven't. Masterpiece. Masterpiece, I'm saying it. I'm standing behind it. Now we gotta have one from Roger Parfums, because Roger is one of my favorite fragrance houses. Pure elegance, pure luxury in a bottle, even down to the bottles themselves. And this time, we're talking about Oligarch. Scandal was on my last list, which I still love. I actually just got the Parfum version of it, which is stunning, but I'm still getting to know that. I'll be wearing that more in the fall because that's a pretty thick scent. So you'll hear more about that one later. But Oligarch, this is kind of a year-rounder. It is on the fresher side of things. It is aromatic, it is fruity, it is woody, it is a little sweet, but it's bitter and green and all kinds of things all at once. If you look at the note breakdown, it's overwhelming. But ultimately it smells kind of a sharp, sweet, citrusy quality to start things off, leaning medicinal in a way, but a nice woody backbone. And it smells complex, but it smells so easy to wear, but very refined. You gotta have a strong mood for the day. You gotta be ready to rock your personality and be present and be confident, because this beckons for that. Oligarch, stunning scent. Last pick here. If we're talking about confidence from Oligarch, this kind of takes it to the next level. This is up to 11. You gotta be shoulders back, chest out, chin up, looking people in the eye, shaking their hand, smiling, just being a warm, welcoming, confident person if you're gonna rock this fragrance. This is not for the faint. This is not for the weak. This is a beast, but a refined and elegant one. This is Beach Hut Man from Amouage. Still probably my favorite from the house, I would have to say. Every time I wear this stuff, I just feel this resonant hum in my body, like, oh yes, I'm here. This is very green and woody. Lots of green going on here, lots of mint, little bit of maybe patchouli in here. You have some woody vetiver perhaps. You have ivy, but there's this nice subtle but pretty present sweet and warm myrrh note in here. There's a resinous sweetness that's tucked away in there. It comes out more as it dries, and it keeps it from going off the rails, green and herbaceous. It is quite green, it's quite woody. Oak moss is in here too, but there's a nice subtle sweetness that kind of binds things together. It's a great binding agent. It's stunning, and it is so strong. It is dangerously powerful. I'm warning you, if you've never tried it, it is so strong. 3 sprays is enough for this for me. Any more than that, I have to make sure I'm gonna be outside all day. Otherwise, you're gonna choke people out. Otherwise, it gets too stuffy. It can smell a little bit old manish if you spray too much. So oversprayers beware. That's all I'm gonna say. But a masterpiece here, that is Beach Hut Man from Amouage. All right, so that's the list. I would love to know what you guys think of my picks here. Again, we had quite a change from last year. I would also love to know what your #1 niche fragrance, 10 out of 10, your favorite 10 out of 10 niche fragrance for all time, but obviously that's just a moniker, that's not real. It's just for drama. But I wanna know what that fragrance is. Let me know down in the comments below. If you liked the video, please like the video. If you have not joined the Fresh Squad, again, all you gotta do is click subscribe and you will feel that freshness consume you and elevate you to new and unprecedented heights. Thank you so much for tuning in. Peace. I'll see you in the next one.